You can't just keep trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Like, if that's gone, if you had skills enough to build one thing, you could build something else. Now, we get too sentimental about certain things, and I get it. Maybe you raise your kids in that business. Maybe you raise your kids with the revenue from that business. I get it. But you got to shift. You have to shift, and, you have to pivot. Everybody used to say that word during the pandemic, in the height of it, pivoting. Nobody likes to hear it now, but it's a fact. So being authentic and remaining authentic, you're actually helping out yourself, which is first, but also in the long run, you're helping yourself out as a leader, because somebody's looking for you. Somebody's looking for that in you so that they can have somebody to show them the way.
Now, with leading your own people, like you got 18 people working with you now, what are the 3 things that you use from a day-to-day basis? Because I understand that integrity is still going to be part of it, authenticity as well. Relationship building is more for getting your network, and that's really important stuff when you're an entrepreneur. But is there any other differences between how you lead and manage your people and these 3 major principles that you got in life?
Well, with me and my people, it's all about what they want. And people don't like to hear that, especially owners of businesses. Like, when I hire somebody, I want to know what you want to get out of it. Not saying this is what I want. What do you want to get out of it? Because if I can provide that for you, I'm going to do it. This eliminates excuses. If you come in here and all you want to do is make money, and I feel like I need your services, I'm going to put you in a position where you can make money. Now, for that person, I'm probably going to be a lot harder on that person because it's transactional, So you're here for the money, right? But if you're knocking out the park, we have no problem, because it's all about the transaction. Some people want to learn. You're still going to make some money, but they want to learn. I'm going to put you in that position so that you can learn. Might be a little hard on you, not as hard as the other person, but a little hard on you because that's how you learn. I'll put you in positions where you can actually grow, where you're going to stumble a little bit, but this is how you're going to learn with hands-on. So I tell people all the time, give people what they want. A lot of time when you start telling people do this, you're going to lose them real quick, because if they don't like it, they're going to be undermining. They're going to be trying to do other things, trying to find other places to work. But I have a client right now who I consult with, who literally, he has a trucking company. He hires the guy in not even a week. He got his truck at FedEx applying for a job with his truck, with his 18-wheeler. You understand what I'm saying? So it was something going on in the hiring process with that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
that's great. Oh man,
like what did you want out of it? Reverse engineering that and getting and saying, hey, what do you want out of this job? What do you want out of this position? I know this is what we need, but what are you going to get out of it? What is the benefit? How can working with me benefit you? For your career. Mm-hmm. What vision? This is the vision for my company. What vision can you see? Can you create within our vision for yourself? Because the people not getting what they need to get, they're going to leave. They're going to leave, and that's just the honest truth. Of course, being cognizant of everybody, that everybody's different, and so you got to deal with each individual differently. There's no favoritism, but again, some people need certain things at different times. Again, it's like somebody losing a family member. You're going to show a little extra love to that person this week or that month. There's no favoritism, but a lot of managers and owners don't know how to do that. It's just everything is about bottom line. You're creating a community, and if you can't do anything, these are the people you're going to be counting on to still bring in money for you to take care of your family. So you got to be cognizant of that.
Yeah. Let's play that out a little bit further. When you say that you want them to get what they want, how far do you go to meet that? For example, when they say, I know this sounds a little bit shallow, but when they say, I want my own car, I want my own house, right? So it's not like I want security for my family, but really tangible things. I'm just trying to make it easier for you. How far do you go to meet that? Do you give them a bigger salary? What does it look like?
Oh, no, not nothing like that. But what this is like, okay, I'll give you an example. My assistant who you talk to right now, well, she's also a book coach. That's how I hired her. She helped me my book. And, so I put her in a position where she can have an office and she can have a place to actually still do her business on the side. in my company. So instead of you going to somebody else and you got to do it on the side and taking you away, let me make room for you to be able to do what you need to do within my company. And so that you can still be safe and comfortable doing it. Now, her price point is higher. You know what I'm saying? She can charge more because before she was doing it from her house. Now you have an office space. Now you look better. You know, you have more equipment. You have more things at your disposal. You know, you have a team at your disposal to help you get a project done. So now you can charge more. And she does. She's charging almost 3 times the amount at this point. She's been with me for 2 years. So that is helping her have what she wants. So why would she leave me? Why would she not want to do what she need to do for me? This is the machine that's helped you be able to do what you need to do. And so that's a perfect illustration of what that looks like.
That's really good stuff. Jay, before we end this, and I learned a ton, we are better for it. What will be the pandemic happened, a lot of businesses closed down. I just came from the mall yesterday with my wife. We had a checkup somewhere in the hospital, went to the mall for dinner. Now I look around, it used to be a bustling mall, a lot of stores open. Here in the Philippines, malls are super big because you got aircon every day and it's pretty hot. And these stores are just closed. Look, it's still a sad thing to see that, after 2 years almost of the pandemic hitting us and lockdowns happening. What will be your best advice for entrepreneurs who are still in that rut where they're just trying to think if they're going to throw in the towel and finally give up?
Don't give up. Shift. You got to shift. You have to shift. I heard this years ago, say the smartest people in business know when to let something go, not how to hold on to something. So they always say the new normal, certain things that we had before the pandemic is never going to be again, and you have to be that person. Don't be a Blockbuster. Don't be a Kodak. Don't be these people, Sears Roebuck. Don't be these people that don't shift in business with the time. Get some training, get that certification. Right now, some people are offering it for free, now, and learn something else, learn a new skill, get to meet some new people that you go to a new city. Every city is not shut down. I know, and here, Atlanta, Georgia never shut down. This whole state of Florida never shut down. So if you want to work in the States, go to Georgia, go to Florida. Texas is another state that barely ever shut down. So, Elon Musk just moved his whole company to Texas. So, you have to be willing to shift. The people who didn't shift is the ones because there was so much opportunity as entrepreneurs. And I always told people, I said this all through the pandemic. The pandemic is and was horrible for health. But in business, the pandemic can be anything. You think about the people with Uber, taxi cab drivers, Uber was their pandemic at one point. The pandemic can be you getting sick without COVID-19. You still have other things. So we had a 1,000-year flood in 2015 here. That's a pandemic. You had literally businesses underwater here. That's for a business. That was just like the pandemic. What did they do? They rebuild. They went and got another space. They got the government assistance and went ahead on and did something different. You can't just keep trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Like, if that's gone, if you had skills enough to build one thing, you could build something else. Now, we get too sentimental about certain things, and I get it. Maybe you raise your kids in that business. Maybe you raise your kids with the revenue from that business. I get it. But you got to shift. You have to shift, and, you have to pivot. Everybody used to say that word during the pandemic, in the height of it, pivoting. Nobody likes to hear it now, but it's a fact. It's a paradigm shift now. Things are different, and it's okay for you to go ahead and learn new skills, but you got to continue to get better. You got to continue to learn things. I'm in classes now, still getting better. I'm going for a master coaching class as we speak right now that I paid for out of pocket, a certification. So because I want to continue to earn, I want to continue to earn more. I want to go to bigger markets and be able to compete. And so I know through investing, that's how I'm going to get it. But if you don't have it, the government gave people hundreds of millions of dollars over here. So somebody got the money. I hope you're not, spending on the wrong things. Reinvest and build your business back up.
Wow, that's good stuff. Props to the government over there that help support the people and the small business owners. We don't got that here at all. You got to make do with what you got. And that's what makes an entrepreneur.
I'll tell you one story real fast before we go. Like, again, running a media company, we doing photography and film. Well, we didn't have any film, jobs since then. We have major workshops and things like that. I mean, we fly to different places, California, filming functions and all over the country. That stuff was shut down. I wrote a book during the pandemic. I started doing virtual trainings during the pandemic. And my book, You Won't Starve, I wrote that in the height of the pandemic, is a training manual. Well, people started buying my book to get their training. And then now, okay, we need you to do a training. We're going to do it virtually. So now I'm doing virtual trainings all over the world because of the pandemic. So it created opportunities just as well as it took away opportunities. Some of those jobs was $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 jobs that we don't have anymore. Now, some of them are starting to come back around as things open up, but it's very, very slow. It's not sustainable to what we were used to business-wise, but we had to create it in other places. So here you are. You have to keep it going, keep doing different things.
Good stuff. That's good stuff. Agree with you 100%. And Jay, well, if people want to buy your book, if people want to get in touch with you, what are some of the best places for them to do that?
Everything is www.jhaleem.com. They can Google me, Google Jay Haleem. Everything about me pops up. Either one of my books, I Won't Starve, You Won't Starve. All that stuff is on my website. I Won't Starve and You Won't Starve is pretty much online, anywhere books are sold. Of course, Amazon, Walmart, pretty much anywhere. But definitely the best place is my website. You can find all of them. Motor Motivation is the baby new. So it's on Amazon, it's on my website. I think it's on a couple other ones, but it hasn't gotten the circulation yet, but it's going away. So a little bit like over a month old. But my books are pretty much anywhere online wherever you shop for books. But come to my website, see some of our clothing and all the other stuff we got.
That is amazing. It's good stuff. And for those of you listening, we're going to have all of those links on the show notes. Just look for Jay Haleem on leadershipstack.com. We're going to have all the links there, his LinkedIn profile, everything to make it easier for you. Hey, Jay, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you giving your time. I know it's 10 p.m. there. You might be sleepy.
Nice.
And
I'm good, man. Thank you so much.
So happy to learn from you, to hear from you, to listen to your story. That is an amazing story you got there, and we are better for it.
No problem. And if you guys are doing something over there, I travel. I got a passport. So let's work something out, man. I want to see what you guys are doing in the Philippines.
Yeah, whenever you're here or if you're coming over, hit me up. I'm going to fetch you from the airport. I live nearby, and I'm going to show you around.
I love it, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Love what you're doing, man.
No problem. Thanks so much.
Oh, hey, and since you're here, can you do me a favor? Can you hit on the subscribe button and hit the bell button and select all notifications so that whenever we have a new video, you're going to be the first one to know. Until then, keep leading.
If you know that you did everything that you can and it's really not working, parang wag na. It's not even healthy even for you.
100%. So if you don't let it go, guess what? It's gonna quit on you. It's gonna let itself go someday, and you're gonna lose a lot of money anyway.